to unlearn. The sculptor Michelangelo said every block of stone has a statue inside of it, and it is the task of the sculptor to discover it. I love that quote and I love what it represents. I remember hearing it for the first time and hearing it while I was out on my honeymoon with my wife in Italy. And while we were on that honeymoon, we got a chance to go to one of the museums. And the tour guide shared with us, he said, Michelangelo had this approach that the statues were inside of the stone, and his job was simply to remove everything that wasn't the statue. I thought that was just a really wonderful way of looking at the world. What if there's nothing that we needed to add on, but instead we already have so much that we just need to chip away at everything that isn't us, everything that isn't the statue. And in my mind, the stone was everything that wasn't the statue. And Michelangelo was simply just revealing and removing everything such that the natural statue that was within it could just come and live. I like to look at that point of view from a number of different lenses. Today, we're going to look at it from the lens of unlearning. But I would say that that lens is what we use in a lot of the coaching that we do here. And the idea here is, how do we help reveal you? How do we help you show up in the world and just let the masterpiece that is you just be out in the world? And a lot of times I'll meet people and they'll talk about basically the equivalent of adding more stone. They're adding more to them, and they're learning the next program. They're finding the next guru. They're going in and they're trying to devour what else has someone else done, rather than allowing for the complete opposite to take place, which is to allow that which is not them to simply fall off them, to chisel that away. In that regard, we are the sculptors of our own life. And at the same time, our life is the stone. And we're here to create whatever it's interesting. I want to say create the masterpiece, but it's not that. It's the wrong way of thinking it. To release the masterpiece, to unleash the masterpiece that is there. And all that is required there is that not that we have to go learn anything new, but instead we might be at the place where it's time to start unlearning. Now, look, I have a young child at home. I know the importance of learning. There's a time that we need to learn along the way. The question I just have for you is, like, are you at that point in your journey where it might be where you may get faster and stronger strides by choosing to unlearn more than choosing to learn? I'm here making a video and sharing this with you in real time as this revelation is taking place. And it took more to unlearn the right ways to go and make your video, to go and prepare for a video, to unlearn what other people are going to think, what other people tend to think about things, and where the perfectionism might come in. Even like right now, as I'm speaking, I have to actually actively push away different thoughts of, let me just hit reset and do this again so it'll be perfect. These are things that I have to unlearn so that y'all can actually see me. I'm not a perfect person. That's not the case here. That's not what is, that's not the promise. The promise is the things that I'm a full person, or I'm working toward being more full. I'm choosing to be more expressed, choosing to be more, to enjoy myself more, and allowing that to be complete and in integrity with myself. I can even feel right now my shoulders are up really high as I'm saying this, because there's a bit of discomfort involved. And I call this out so I can allow that which is not me to flow off, to allow that which is not me to crumble once a bit more. Because even in this conversation, as I'm talking to you, I recognize that I am both the masterpiece and the sculptor simultaneously. What do you need to unlearn? And use this process that you saw here. One of the ways of unlearning is to call yourself out, is to bring awareness to it and then make a choice. Sometimes you're able to make that choice directly in the moment, and you can bypass acknowledging it in a very long way. And other times you might be in a space where it's a new awareness for you and you need to go and talk it out. That's fine. The real thing here is just to do whatever you can to unlearn that which is not you, and allow the masterpiece of you to really come out into the world. You're already there. Your only job now, your only task is to discover you. It's the World Joy Movement. Yeah. What was your greatest insight from this conversation? And if you want to come and be a part of a conversation like this live, it's really simple. Just go to beworldjoy.com and come introduce yourself and let's take the conversation to the next level because you're there now.
All right, let's play.